Are you planning to vote for Liz Cheney?
Can I cuss?
Well, this was the year that we learned that roasts probably shouldn't happen at important live events. Whitney Cummings, it is time for you to roast the year.
2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I off?
Go for it.
What's going on, guys? So there's a lot of craziness going on in the world right now, and Sleepy Joe is not helping because in his latest attempt to sabotage Teflon Don, Donald Trump, the unbeatable, undeflatable fight, Mr. Surviving multiple assassination attempts or removal from the ballot, you name it, he's survived it and triumphed over it. Sleepy Joe is trying to still sabotage him every step of the way. I already covered him trying to sell off pieces of the border wall, which was only partially successful, but inevitably was stopped, by the way.
Major crucial win for America. That's what President-elect Trump is calling a ruling that blocks the Biden administration from selling border wall materials. In a Truth Social post, the president-elect said the judge also ordered an investigation into how those materials were even put up for sale.
The administration agreeing to an order from the courts preventing his administration from selling any further border wall materials over the next 30 days. For context, you know what? This back and forth really has over border wall materials has been going on for years. In 2023, Congress ordered the Department of Defense to sell remaining border wall materials. Some materials went to border states like, say, Arizona, federal agencies as well. Texas officials say, others were sold to a private auction company, govplanet.com. You're seeing this video here. But for pennies on the dollar, that's something President-elect Donald Trump obviously talked about. Fast forward to this December, just a couple of weeks ago, Paxton filed a motion to stop the Biden administration from selling any more border wall material. Following the court's decision, the Biden administration agreed to stop for the next 30 days.
But in addition, now he's awarded Liz Cheney the Presidential Citizens Medal. Bear in mind, this is a lady who is being accused of witness tampering and deleting of evidence, destruction of evidence during the January 6th investigation into Donald Trump so that they could successfully impeach and remove Trump from office.
Elizabeth L. Cheney for putting the American people over party.
And by the way, I've been asked by some folks about, to comment on Liz Cheney. I think we just traded Liz Cheney for Tulsi Gabbard. That's the biggest upgrade in American politics, and I'm awfully happy about it.
Administration Subcommittee on Oversight, the committee that's been investigating January 6th, just released its final report for this year. It accuses Liz Cheney of tampering with the witness, Cassidy Hutchinson, trying to influence her testimony. It formally recommends that the Federal Bureau of Investigation criminally investigate Liz Cheney when President Trump takes over on January 20th. One of several bombshell revelations in here. The report also says that Jack Smith colluded with the January 6th committee, but that some of the evidence has not yet been turned over to Congress. They're demanding that that evidence be turned over, something that might happen when the new administration takes over. But a really significant and rare moment for Congress to actually suggest that one of its members should be criminally prosecuted for tampering with a witness in an official government proceeding, a House hearing, the January 6th House hearing. As you remember, Cassidy Hutchinson was the bombshell witness for the Democrats, claimed that Donald Trump tried to commandeer the presidential limousine, take it to the Capitol. We now know that wasn't true. The Secret Service had already told Liz Cheney it wasn't true. She presented the evidence anyways to the American public, tried to give it credence. There's some other testimony where Cassidy Hutchinson talks about a document she claims she wrote it. She didn't. Someone else wrote it. All of that is laid out in this report. But the headline is Liz Cheney could be facing an FBI criminal investigation based on this information that Congress has transmitted this morning. It goes beyond that. It suggests that she was trying to influence the testimony, get her to say things that would make Donald Trump look worse. This is a very serious allegation from Chairman Barry Loudermilk, the head of this committee, the guy who's run the counter January 6th investigation that has found so many things we were denied and not told about in the earlier probe. But a really significant moment today. And you're right. If the FBI were to pursue charges, this would be a very serious crime and one that could carry some serious prison time.
Cheney was behind it, and so was Benny Thompson and everybody on that committee. For what they did.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should go to jail.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, Sleepy Joe is also trying to make it where Donald Trump can't do any oil drilling when he takes office. Take a look at this article here. It says Biden moving to ban oil and gas leases for 20 years in Nevada region just weeks before Trump inauguration.
The Biden administration has made a last-ditch effort to curb the incoming president's oil and gas agenda by taking steps to protect a Nevada mountain range. The move comes just weeks before President-elect Donald Trump returns to the White House. Throughout his campaign, Trump promised new leasing and sweeping support for the oil and gas industry. The administration announced plans to withdraw roughly 264,000 acres of federal lands in the Ruby Mountains from energy development leasing. This would prevent any oil, gas, and geothermal development on these federal lands for around 20 years.
Isn't it sad? Joe Biden didn't take all of these measures to protect the country as president. But what he will do is take measures to sabotage Donald Trump before he becomes president. It's like there's only one thing that motivates this guy. He certainly is not motivated by the American people literally begging him to close the border and to lower the prices. Joe Biden doesn't care about any of that. But he does care about effing over the Democrats that betrayed him and screwing over Donald Trump. That said, I want to end on a positive note here. I want to laugh at some leftists. So I'm going to go ahead and react to this comedian. This lady's name is Whitney Cummings. So we're going to go ahead and react to her cooking the radical left. Now, she's apparently liberal herself, but maybe she's had enough, or maybe she sees the forest from the trees and is not afraid to cook them, which is something that I love. You could beat up on your own team. She admits who she is, but she roasts them. Kind of reminds me of people like Bill Maher these days. Hell, even Cenk Uygur these days kind of did a little bit of flip-flop pollywop because even it's gotten too radical even for him. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Whitney Cummings, it is time for you to roast the year. Let's hear it.
Okay. Feel free to heckle me. Feel free to come for me.
Never.
I do believe we need to hold 2024 accountable for its behavior. That is what white women do now. We point out other things that are toxic because we don't get irony. And that is our truth. This was the year that people were behaving so poorly, we started being wistful about murderers. Remember, this was the year we were like, we're the Menendez brothers.
You know, the thing that's sad is that a lot of people are cheering on this Luigi cat for, you know, I guess apparently murder is okay when you feel like it. Inevitably, the guy is being treated as a terrorist, but now you got another terrorist who's murdering for the reason that they think is okay. And all of a sudden, people don't like it. This is why you don't support random anarchical murders, guys. This is really that simple.
They're so bad. Were we too hard on the Menendez brothers? This was the year we could not get enough of murderers. Gypsy Rose became our favorite celebrity because murdering your mom is so brat. They had her on a red carpet, a little on the nose for a murderer, but she was like posing in a fancy dress. We were like, slay, and she was like, I did.
Wow.
And of course, our heartthrob of the year was the alleged cold-blooded killer named Luigi, who is now in the same prison as Diddy, which I'm very upset about because Luigi already has a lower back issue.
Whoa.
This was the year nothing made sense. Fertility was down, sales of baby oil was up, white supremacy groups reached record highs. It got so bad, Ariana Grande became white again.
Wow.
2024 totally broke our brains. Half the people I know think we're in a simulation. I'm starting to wonder. When I go to a website and it asks me if I'm a robot or not, half the time I get the quiz wrong. I'm like, does the shadow of a bike count as a bike? I don't know. Why am I looking at a grainy photo of a crack house? We just all broke mentally this year. Things got so bleak, we started watching the WNBA.
God dang!
What happened? And we also started watching older women in movies. Equality or insanity? You tell me. Demi Moore was in a movie called The Substance, showing that Hollywood's ready for a woman in her 50s to star in a movie as long as a hot 28-year-old wears a leotard for most of it. Okay. Pam Anderson's getting Oscar buzz for a movie she did wearing no makeup. Guys, that's not progress if you call it brave. Documentaries finally realized the only way to make money is to just make them about cheerleaders. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleader doc showed the girls being treated horribly, underpaid, crying. I thought I'd open a video on Hunter Biden's laptop. This is the year everyone hated the movie The Joker, but if you do love watching men descend into insanity, in a couple hours you get to watch Andy Cohen do the countdown. In 2024, some things left us, some came back. Sanity left us. Somehow crypto is back. Do you guys even know what crypto? No one thought the timing of crypto was fishy. As soon as women started making money, they were like, money's over. Money's over. I'm like, I don't even know what crypto is. As far as I understand, it's just astrology for men. Like, I don't. 2024 election fried our brains. The Democrats couldn't hold a primary because they were too busy holding a body upright. Are we still rolling? Am I on?
Yo!
It was amazing that the pro-choice party didn't give their voters one when it came to the presidential candidate. Kamala was forced on us so hard you'd think she was patented by Pfizer or Moderna, whichever one's. Oh God, Andy just gave me a very scary look. Let me be clear though. 2024
Anderson Cooper over there, freaking dying inside. Let's keep
was not only negative. The media wants us to believe this country is so divided, but we actually came together a lot this year. Like as a nation, we unanimously agreed that we would rather see J-Lo in a toxic relationship than in concert. We all agreed the government totally knows what drones are and are telling us. The drones are still up there, and we have no idea what's behind them. No idea. I mean, they're still up in the sky, so I guess we can rule out that they were made by Boeing. The point is, I think we all agree on a lot of things. And since I only have a minute left live on establishment media, why don't we just say a bunch of things that we know that they'll never cover? Okay, ready, go. Trump Jr. didn't have any silverware in his house. No one thought that was weird? Are we still rolling? Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia put money into Disney, so just know there won't be any girl characters in the next Cars movie. Are we still rolling? This is wild. The why have so many presidents' chefs died? Weird.
Facts.
Boy Scout of America, they renamed itself Scouting America. You know who else changed their name? Sean Combs. Just saying. Let's learn something in 2025. I can't believe you guys are still letting me go. This is amazing. I love CNN. Please stop me, Andy, because I will just keep going.
Happy New Year, Whitney Cummings.
Am I still streaming?
Yes.
This is amazing.
We are live
Hey,
on
you cut
CNN.
this lady
You
off.
look cool as a cucumber.
No censorship on CNN.
Love
you
very
guys.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Love you.
What a dream. Oh, no.
What a dream.
Anderson's
here.
I only understood like half the references, so I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
He
I mean, she did go kind of fast, but anyway, guys, I figured I'd give you guys a quick update here, and I definitely wanted to laugh. I got a request to watch this, and I wanted to react to this already. So you ask, I deliver. But guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's fair for Sleepy Joe? What's the benefit of Sleepy Joe banning oil drilling? What's the benefit of Sleepy Joe selling border wall material? Does any of this make sense to you guys? Is there a logical explanation? And if there is, why haven't we heard it? Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising. I'm out.
Hell no.
Are you planning to support Liz Cheney?
Absolutely not.
What are your thoughts about Liz Cheney running for a fourth term?
Personally, I think she's had three too many.
She's done us dirty.
How so?
Oh, God. Look at how she's done Trump. I'm a Trump fan. I'm sorry.
So she lost your vote because of her role on the January 6th committee and what she's doing about Trump?
Yes. She's supposed to be supporting him. She's a Republican, for crying out loud.
I find her work on the January 6th committee just repulsive.
How do you feel about her work on the January 6th committee and her role?
It's all a hoax. It's all propaganda. Has nothing to do with anything. It's a witch hunt.
Well, she says she's defending what's important to people here in Wyoming, upholding the rule of law, defending the Constitution.
If that was the rule of law, why doesn't he have a defense team in that courtroom? That ain't the rule of law. That's a kangaroo court.